but he he is willing to spread knowledge and help people, and I think that's a very very important characteristic to possess. Um, so yeah, man, it's gonna be pretty cool to talk some gems with my bro. Um, okay, so we're just gonna wait here. Look at my green screen, baby. Yeah, boy. Okay, so where are we at with it? All right, I think he's on his way here. Okay, here we go. My
Yo, yo,
dude, my dude,
made
Russ,
it.
we made it. We made it. We made it. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me? Am I
Yeah,
good?
yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, okay,
So we
cool.
we got a lot of we got the Russ Hive in here,
Nice.
and they're here. They're excited to get talk to you and catch up with you. So first of all, man,
Yeah,
thanks for joining, bro.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
I was just plugging your book. I assume that most people in my chat room probably have your book. But yo, the book is so fire, bro. Like
Thank you, man.
I was just saying that you're one of the few like successful artists that's actually willing to go out of his way to help people. So like I just want to
Yeah,
ask you, I want to ask you like, and I don't want this to be like an interview. Like we're just basically fucking kicking it right now.
yeah. No, all
You know what I'm
good.
saying? But like what like what like at what point in your life did you
Hmm.
feel this like need or desire to want to spread knowledge and just help people? Like what was that moment? Like when did that happen?
I don't know. I think I was always, when I look back, even when I was like way younger, like just in high school, I always, uh, I feel like I was always pretty good at being the person that people would come to talk to, you know,
Yep.
just like even with my friends in high school. Um, but I don't know, like as the career developed and everything, it just kind of like is the right thing to do. It just makes sense, you know. It feels right, and it's like it feels good when you help people. It's just I don't know how else to like, you know,
Yeah.
like
It's like why
it's
not?
a
It's like
nat.
why wouldn't you want to?
That's what I'm saying. It's like and because especially with the book, when I was 17, I read right before like I embarked on this whole journey. I read certain like self help books like Napoleon Hill, Magic Ladder to Success, and Deepak Chopra, Seven Spiritual Laws of Success, and books like that that helped me. And so I was like, man, what? Like I think I know like a little something, so might as well might as well try to put it in a book because not all that like I the thing with me is I understand if someone's just like I don't like your music. I've never had a problem with like that because at the end of the day, it's not for everyone. But that's why the book is so important. I feel like the book is the most important thing I've ever done in my life because it's I don't you could hate my music, but the messages of the book are I mean, they're applicable to anyone and everyone, you know? So
Exactly. Yeah, and you can apply any of that to any industry. It doesn't matter who
yeah,
you are. You know,
right.
what kind of what kind of feedback have you been getting from like your fans, for instance? Because like like for me, for instance, right? I'm a music producer, so I know a lot of people that follow me create music as
Yeah.
well. But for you, you have a lot of music creators that follow you, but you also have just like genuine music fans who don't do music. So like
Yeah.
how are they responding to like your self-help book and do you
Bro,
have an
the book has gone crazy. The book has gone crazy. I think we're at over 100,000 books sold, which is like
That's crazy.
nutty. Which
That's
is
super
nuts.
nutty.
Yeah. So I mean the response is crazy because at the end of the day, a lot of the messages in my book I've put in my music. So my fans have already kind of been trained per se to like be open to the messages. So it's it's it was a way for me to take all the substance out of all my music and put it in a book,
Right.
and get rid of all the fluff or whatever, and just like here's the meat of the shit, and
Yeah.
like you know, so they
Exactly.
love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yo, so on Monday I did a stream and I was basically kind of like just clearing the air on certain things that people, in our industry are like kind of confused about, because like,
Yeah.
we have to learn everything on our own. Like,
Right.
obviously
Right.
people know your story, your fans know your story, so like you
Right.
literally had to do everything on your own. You read books, you had to learn this shit, you made mistakes, like
Yeah.
you signed bad contracts, whatever it is. So on Monday, I was talking about like, selling sample loops and royalty free and all that stuff. But
Yes.
the
Right.
whole, honestly, man, like the whole conversation was really based around ownership. And
Yeah.
I know, like that's something that you're like a super advocate of, and obviously now, you know, you've been sort of had, ownership on your stuff. But can you talk a little bit about how like
Yeah.
important it is to have ownership, and like what you can
Yeah.
do to set yourself up for ownership?
Yeah. I mean, the ownership is just non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's like I don't even I don't even understand why that's a negotiation. It's just not up for negotiation. It's
Yeah.
so I mean, since 2011 when I was dropping music on TuneCore, and TuneCore, for those who don't know, is a digital distributor that you pay $9 for a song and it goes to everywhere, iTunes, Apple, Spotify, the whole shit. And what always would trip me out, and it would trip me and my friends out. Now we're talking 2011. This is before Apple Music and like Spotify wasn't even that crazy of a thing. But um, we would see how many artists had blown up from 2011 till now. We would see all these artists blow up, and I'm like, why didn't they just put their song on iTunes?
Yeah.
Like, what? They blew up, and then went and got a label to put their shit out,
Yeah.
and it's like, what? like, like you literally could have just put that. Like, I don't even get it, because the thing with ownership and the thing with having a catalog is that regardless of when I partnered with Columbia, and the deal is over now, but when I partnered, I still kept my independent catalog, meaning I still was making money, as people saw,
Yeah.
every Friday. So I couldn't. I mean, TuneCore, and not just so much TuneCore, but ownership and owning my music saved my life, because especially in times like these, which you can't predict times like these, but you gotta be prepared. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying, to kind of weather any storm. So ownership really saved my life. I've been living off my TuneCore for years.
Yeah.
Like I, I I'll take advances, sure, and tours and whatever, but like times like these, like, man, ain't no touring. You know what I'm saying? And labels are not giving big advances right now because they're
Yep.
losing a bunch of money.
Yep.
And so it's like I'm just glad that I'm sitting here. My life hasn't really changed,
Yeah.
because I'm like, well, shit, like I'm still making high, six figures a month
Crazy.
off
And
off
let's be
music.
clear. And let's be clear. These TuneCore payments they happen every month, right?
They happen every week.
Every week. Okay. So let's be clear here. If most people that are signed to labels or don't own their shit, they're not getting a payment every week.
No, so here's the and here's
That's
here's
where
the thing
people
that
don't
people
know.
don't. Yeah, here's the thing that people don't realize. Artists are living check to check.
Yeah.
Because I'll explain to y'all why.
That's crazy.
If you're an artist, right? You put out one album a year, let's say. So you get one advance. All right, let's say it's $1 million. So here's $1 million, right? Now we know that that's just really 350K net. So you got that money, and then let's say you go on a tour, and a lot of times at the beginning of your career, you're not making that much money on tour. You're breaking even. But so you got that one check from a label that you got to make stretch the whole year, because you're not making money on the side off of selling your music independently. You're just like, that's it. There's your money for the year off of selling music. So you got 350K to make fucking stretch until next year when you get another advance. And it's like, you're really just living check to check,
Yeah.
because you blow all that money, obviously, to, on the rapper starter kits. And it's like then you're just fucked. That's why you see rappers doing crazy shit,
Crazy
desperate
shit.
shit for money.
By the way,
I'm
there
like,
is
man,
also
what are y'all doing out here?
there
It's
is also
crazy.
there is also a producer starter kit as well, bro.
Yeah, what's the producer starter
The
kit?
producer starter kit is the Cuban link, 12. 8 18-inch choker with the diamonds on it, with the little maybe the little Jesus piece. Maybe I honestly I think
Right.
it's like I think we're doing Pokemon now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like so that's the shit. So
Nah, it's crazy, bro. And then even when you're recouped with a label, right? Even when you're recouped, the payouts are usually only semi-annual, so twice a
yeah,
year. You know, so it's like you're talking about getting 2 checks a year off your music. It's like, okay, would you rather A, get a check every Friday
yep.
or Saturday off your music with, being independent, or get a check twice a year? And that's only if you've recouped.
Yeah,
You know,
and not
it's
to
crazy.
mention, when you get that, check from the label, that puts you, depending on if it's a 6 or 7 figure check, that puts you in another tax bracket,
Yeah, that
which
shit's getting
means
cut in half.
they're cutting it down even more.
It's cut in half. Like the tax I pay is fucking
Oh,
ridiculous,
bro,
bro.
you're
It's
basically you
it's
alone.
half.
You alone. You're probably funding like your entire town in
That's what's
taxes.
like. That's what trips me out. I'm like, man,
Where's
I'm
our shit
giving
going?
millions of dollars to the government. Like, do I get something? Like,
It's crazy.
do I
It's
run for something
crazy.
now? Like, how does this work?
What do
No,
you
it's
think?
nuts.
What do you think is like the motivation for artists or even producers to like sign a deal with someone? Like, is it only for? Do you think it's only for the money up front so that they can like buy a house or buy a chain, or do you think it's
Yeah,
it's a
I think,
combination of like
yeah,
that and thinking that like the label will help them in any way?
yeah. It's both of those things right there.
Yeah.
I think it's like, you hang a lot of money in front of a kid's face. It's like hard to just be like, to turn it away, especially if you're coming from a fucked up situation where 10K is a lot of money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone they're dangling a million in front of your face. You're like, I don't give a fuck what the terms are. Give me a million.
Yeah.
So it's that, and yeah, it's thinking that, oh, I'm gonna get with the label and they're gonna do X, Y, and Z and da. And it's like, man, like I feel like we're living in a time now where the generation of artists out are very, very self sufficient.
Yep.
And so many artists know how to do so many different things themselves and are already shooting videos themselves and shooting content and whatever, handling all the production. So it's like, I don't really, that, back to what I was saying in 2011 till now, just watching artists get these popping songs and then they go sign.
Yeah.
And it's like, and like, that's fine if you do that, but why would you not keep that song
Yeah.
to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept my independent catalog with me. The only reason why, like, what they want to lose control, pull the trigger, do it myself, why I moved over to the labels, because I was putting them on my debut album.
Yeah.
But everything else I kept to myself. So, I, I don't completely, say like fuck the labels,
Hmm.
um, because it's not a terrible experience if you have a good deal.
Hmm.
It can be a good experience if you have a good deal. I do say fuck not owning anything. Like,
Yeah.
don't sign to a label and have nothing
Yeah.
back here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, the fact that, I mean, and it's the majority of artists. The majority of artists don't own their music, don't
Yep.
have an independent catalog. And like, to me, it's nuts, because it's like, yo, you can be with the label, that's cool, but at least get off the label for a second, go drop 3 projects real quick
Hmm.
independently, so that for the rest of your life you're making 6 figures a month just easily.
Yep.
And then, yeah, and then go partner up with the label and do whatever you want to do, but at least keep a bag coming in, keep a guaranteed check coming in.
Yeah.
Label checks aren't guaranteed. They could shelve you,
Yep.
they could drop you, they could, like, they can not give you as much money as you think you deserve. And it's just, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be dependent on anyone else for money,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
And
facts,
especially
man.
in times like this, when you
Especially.
own your shit, and it's, bro, TuneCore is a fucking volume game. Independent catalog is
Yeah.
a volume game.
Yep.
So it's like, I look at it like I was telling my fans the other day. Like,
Mm.
I look at my, from a business perspective, because I'm running a company, right? So if my company um, is I'm the CEO and I'm running it, I have these salespeople, which are my songs. Like, my songs are just salesmen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
That's a
go out
crazy
in the
way to look
world.
at it. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they go out in the world and they sell me to people, and some songs sell me better than others. So there's like high earning salesmen, and then there's not so high earning ones. But the reality is that if I want my company to make more money, I simply, and I can hire you for $9.99.
Mm-hmm.
I can upload the song for $9.99. I'll literally just hire 100 salesmen and it'll make more money. It's like it's a sheer volume game. Like I know
Yeah.
at some point within the next year, and I'm gonna post it. I know at some point I'm gonna get my TuneCore to $1 million a month because it's a
Facts.
volume game. It's a
Volume.
volume game. It's like okay, cool. Even if it takes, if it could happen on one song, but let's say I upload 40 songs between now and a year from now, and it's on my TuneCore. That's a volume game.
Yeah.
It's a volume game. At some point, it's getting to $1 million a month.
Especially someone like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no,
but really, it's true for everyone.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, it is. But with this platform now, bro, there's no like the shit I'm about to do to the fucking industry is gonna fuck everyone up because people are gonna be like, wait a second, this dude is making $1 million a month.
$1 million a month.
Off of selling his music independently.
Independent,
right.
Guys, $1 million a month. A lot of major deals aren't even $1 million, and people will sign.
And you get it once.
And you get it once. Bro, oh my god,
it's a volume game. It's a volume game. I'm telling you, it's a volume game. It's like cool. I'm gonna just put out. And are you kidding? Come on, bro. I'm 27. You're telling me that by the time I'm 37, you know how many more albums, you know how many more songs I'm gonna have independently? I'm gonna get. First of all, $1 million a month is just like the close. $1 million a month is the very attainable within a year goal. The reality is, I'm gonna get it to fucking 10 million a month.
You'll do 10.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll do 10, easy.
Yeah. It's like there's no, like if you look at someone like Lil Baby right now, like Lil Baby selling 68,000 albums a week. You know how many streams that is? It's like he's doing like 100 million streams a week.
It's ridiculous.
Lil Baby right now, if that was on TuneCore, would be making $4 million a month.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
So when I talk to artists, right, to just kind of piggyback on your point, like when I do, my blab sessions and stuff, and I get a few artists in there, and they're like, they pretty much ask me like, what do you think I should do? And I always, and all my people in the chat room, tell me if you've seen me, say this, but I always say, the Russ model is crazy, and it's not even like complicated. The Russ model is make music, work your ass off, and just like put a song out every week. Just release music. What's so hard? What's so hard about that?
Bro, well, this is the harsh reality that a lot of people just, and you know what? I wouldn't fucking listen to this from me if I was 17 listening to this right now. But the harsh reality that a lot of people's music sucks. That's like just all it comes down to. Like, and it's like my shit didn't work after 11 projects because that shit was not good enough. That's the reality. Yeah. Like that is the reality. You feel me? Like there's no one else to blame but me for that. And so I see a lot of artists, they'll make, they're one project in or they're fucking 5 songs into their career. And they're like, man, this is some bullshit. Song a week doesn't work. Or I'm like, bro, what are you? You're smoking dust, bro. Like you need to fucking put out 100 more songs and then circle back and see where you're at.
You know what? Exactly. You know what I tell people too? Because of course, you'll get the rebuttal of like, well, if I put out a song every week, then I'm gonna saturate the market and people are gonna blah blah blah. Do you think?
What?
Please tell them. Please tell them.
What,
can we talk about saturating the market for a second?
First of all, no, it's the most narcissistic ego shit. No one cares about you. Yeah. No one cares. Like, no one cares. Like, what market are you referring to? Especially up and coming artists. When up and coming artists say that to me, I'm like, bro, nobody knows who the fuck you are. You're not oversaturated. Because the reality is, and even at this level with me, no one gives a fuck about the songs that quote unquote don't work.
Yeah.
No one cares. Like me putting out songs every week just feeds my fans, makes them happy, makes me happy because I get to share my music. And guess what? The song that takes off or the songs that blow up, that's what the world cares about. I did the model again last year and only had to do 6 weeks in a row and I caught Best on Earth. Is anyone talking about the other 5 songs? Is anyone like, yeah, well,
those didn't work.
It's like no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck.
So really, it's just a win across the board because number one, you get to get rid of the music on your fucking computer and see what works. Your fans are happy. Yep. You're happy. You feel fulfilled. And on top of it, you have now added salespeople to your catalog. So the world doesn't have to give a fuck about those songs, but if those songs bring in 50K a year each, it's like,
It's a no-brainer.
what are we talking about? Like, no one gives a fuck. It's just a narcissistic mindset to be like, everyone is watching, everyone cares about everything I'm doing. It's like, no one gives a fuck. Drop
Yeah.
everything, no one cares. Shut up, no one cares. No one cares
Yep.
until it works. That's why I've never tripped about oversaturating the market. Like, oh, you're putting too much shit out. For who? You just must not be a fan, because
Yep.
any fan of anyone, like, I'm a massive fan of Drake. If Drake was like, I'm about to put out a song a week, what am I gonna complain? I'm a huge fan. Drop more music. What the
Drop
fuck?
more music.
I've never seen any
Unbelievable.
fan complain about their favorite artist dropping too much.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't make
That's
any
ridiculous.
sense.
That's ridiculous. And so I want to actually ask you this. I've been actually meaning to ask you this. So, seeing that there's a lot of music producers in here as well, I want to,
Yeah.
you know, obviously you're a music producer, but so you probably know this, but I sort of have this. I was thinking about, okay, the model of being a music producer, right? So you have instrumentals. You're not an artist. You don't have vocals on your stuff yet. So what do you think?
Right.
What do you think
Right.
about the strategy of an upcoming music producer? Let's say they're producing like really good beats. There's no samples. It's all
Yeah.
original. What do you think of the idea of a music producer putting out, let's say, an instrumental or a beat tape every week on their TuneCore and grow it that way? What are some strategies that come to your mind?
Yeah, man,
that.
to be honest, I have no fucking clue, because that wasn't my come up. But
Yeah.
so I don't really know how I would do it if I was just a producer. Some ideas I'm just thinking of, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Is putting out a beat tape every week or a beat tape every month. And I think what's really important is branding. Number one is branding. Actually, no order, but branding super important. Consistency. The music has to be high quality, and you gotta like lose the fear of people stealing your shit. And what I mean stealing
Yeah.
your shit, I mean people getting on one of your beats and putting it out. Like,
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago, early on in my career, that, you know, if someone's suing me, then I did something right.
Facts.
You know, so it's like,
Facts.
if someone takes your song and it's so big, like takes your beat and it's so big, hopefully you have the right lawyer in place and you have your shit together, that now it's like, that's a great thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't know. I think that if I was an up and coming producer and I was making money off of beat tapes on TuneCore or whatever it was, and then and I got on one of the beats randomly, didn't hit the producer up, and it fucking blows up, I'd get my lawyer and make the shit right. And now I'm like on. I don't know. Maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. But like, I wouldn't. I've met a lot of producers who don't even send beats out because
Yeah.
they're so fucking scared. And I'm like,
Fear.
bro, all the fucking big producers, you, Wonder, fucking T Minus, Oz, Murder, all, like, every producer I've ever met sends me hundreds of fucking beats.
Yeah.
It's like,
I be
that's how
ODing sometimes. I mean, there was one point where I was sending you like 5 a day.
I've met producers who want to charge you to even like get the beats sent
To
you.
get the beat.
I'm like, bro, you're never gonna get any shit.
And there's drops all over it too, so you
And
can't
see,
even.
the confidence y'all have to just send beats out to artists is because you know that you're protected and you know you have your business straight and you have lawyers, so that if any fuck shit happened, you're good. That's why you guys aren't tripping, because there's people in place and things in place that if an artist steals one of y'all's beats, you have a lawyer and you sue.
Yeah.
You get your shit.
Yeah.
So I think up and coming producers, I would definitely say, make sure your business is straight, so that if that happens, you know, you're good. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've been meaning to ask producers how they would come up now and make money now if you're just a producer, and how you really apply the model.
Well,
I think that's a great idea, though.
Yeah,
Plus
you
the
know,
beat tape,
you know what's kind of similar to the fact, like, for artists, TuneCore is kind of like that residual income. For
Yeah.
for producers, it's similar in a sense where what is now sort of like the pipeline for residual income for producers is stuff like, drum kits, sample packs, and also beat leasing, like leasing beats. You know what I mean?
How do those work? Like when you put up a splice kit, right? Do you get paid? Is it just a one-time fee? Like you get paid once for putting your kit on Splice, or do you get paid every time someone fucking uses this shit or downloads it?
Yeah, so basically, like Splice, you can look at Splice as the equivalent of like a major label. And not bad mouthing Splice at all, but they're similar to a major label in a sense that if you're a music producer and you want to put out a drum kit or a sample pack and you do it through Splice will say, okay, we'll put it out on our platform, we'll promote it, we have millions of people, database, email, and promotion. We'll pay you an upfront fee, and that is recoupable against whatever percentage we agree on, and then after it's recouped, then you get a percentage of the sales based on how much the deal is structured or whatever. So that's kind of typically how Splice works. Like,
and it's based on downloads, right? Because Splice is once I'm a member of Splice, I'm not paying for your kit, I'm just downloading.
You get so each download goes towards I don't know what the exact number is, but there's like a certain amount of money that you get per download for one sound. Yeah, so that recoups that way.
And now here's the other question I had, and I texted you about it, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're a producer and you put up, and let's say it's not even on Splice, or it is, but you put up you put up a kit of yours and it has loops in it, it has samples in it. I'm not talking about drum sounds. I'm talking about, loops and instrumentation, and somebody uses it, right? What's almost the what's the mindset of the producer putting up royalty-free loops, an artist then using the loop, and then you not getting royalties but being pissed off? Why did you call them royalty-free?
So basically, yeah, exactly, bro. This is the thing that I've been wanting to talk about, that we started talking about on Monday. So basically, the whole intention behind like a royalty-free melody loop is basically the producer is basically saying, I'm willing to sell this loop, and it's anyone can use it. They can do whatever they want with it. Yeah. I want nothing to do with the usage of this loop. All I want is for you to pay for the loop. So basically, you're doing it because you want to get paid the upfront, whatever it is. Maybe it's a 20-pack of like $10. So really, the intention is, I just want the $10 from you, and then whatever happens. You're good. Right. You know what I mean? And so, in doing that, when you sell royalty free, you sell more upfront. Like there's probably like a 30 to 50% spread on how much more money you can make up front. Now the disadvantage, and this is the part that I disagree on, I actually want your opinion on this too, but the part that I disagree on is, let's say I sell a royalty-free loop on Splice or whatever platform. Let's say, it gets 1,000 downloads, it performs pretty well. Let's say Drake, a producer that produces for Drake, uses that royalty-free loop, and it ends up on Drake's album. And then Drake's album comes out, and then I hear it, and I'm like, oh shit, I made that. But I sold it as royalty-free, so I'm not entitled to anything. So technically, from a business standpoint, no one broke the law. Like, nothing wrong happened. But then there's this layer of, like, a moral layer of, like, if I'm the Drake producer, technically I didn't do anything wrong, but the right thing to do would be to reach out to that producer and be like, yo, your shit was fire. We used this shit on the Drake album. It's a single. This song just went diamond. Like, I wanna at least show love, or maybe cut you in on the publishing. So that's what I want your opinion on, is like, what would you do in that situation? Well,
so royalty free means you don't get any publishing either. No,
you get
publishing,
zero.
no master.
No royalties, no publishing.
I mean,
nothing.
My thing is this, that like you can't hate the player, you gotta hate the game. At a certain point, like, don't call your shit royalty free.
Exactly.
Like, because the whole shit to me is like, look, business is business, and I'm not chasing anybody to pay them. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not chasing anyone around to give you money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, hey, do you mind if I give you money? You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, yeah,
like, yo, if you're not about your business, then like that's on you. But
yeah.
um,
And
the reality is,
the only reason why they start cut you off, the only reason why they sell royalty free is because they would rather get the bag up front. So if the bag comes
is it
later,
really a bag? We're talking about a $10
no,
sample pack. That's a
exactly.
bag.
No, I mean
What are we talking about?
to some people, it's this. It's a cup of coffee. That's what that is.
But
That's what
to be
that is.
honest, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them for doing that because I feel like royalty free, like you said, you get way more people use your shit more if it's royalty free,
Right.
and so you have a higher chance of your loop getting used on a big song. Then the problem after that is, you know, how do you compound that moment into a career?
Exactly. That's the
But
issue.
I think, I mean, like I said, you got to have your branding on point. You got to have your social media on point so that, you know what, you've built up a nice little following and people respect you and people know what's up. And, you
Yeah.
know, I don't know. It's tricky, but like
It's
there's this
tricky.
producer that I got put onto like 6 months ago, something like that. The Count,
Yeah. That's my boy. He's amazing.
bro, he's like a savant. I just like
He's
he's
insane.
fucking insane. But I feel like he's like low key, but he's branded himself well with the videos that he does and the content that he shoots.
Yeah.
And so there's like I could just tell that there's a respect that the producer community and the music community has for him, even if he's not a big name. And so I feel like someone like that, you know, is in a good spot and has done really good branding because if one of his loops gets used or whatever, I feel like the producer community would come like vouch for him. You know
Vouch
what I'm
for him.
saying?
Yeah. That's
You
the
know, so
difference. I didn't even think of it that way. Yeah.
I think
That's a
it's
good
about
point.
I think it's about the branding because you know if you're just some random kid and you know you could really give a shit about you know really developing a brand and a foundation and your shit just gets fucking used and you don't fuck with anyone, no one knows who you are. I don't know, you're kind of fucked, I guess, at that point because
Yeah.
you know then you just got to sue, and now you're fucking and now you're in a bad spot, in a tough spot because now you're suing producers for technically not doing anything wrong, and you're not even in the game yet, and you're already kind of like,
You're
you
already like
know,
on your
that,
way to being blackballed, basically.
right. So I don't that man, producers have it fucking rough, bro.
It's
That
wild.
shit is tricky as hell.
Yeah.
It's tricky as hell too, and the fact that producers, the standard producer agreement, they get like 4 to 5% on the master side. You know, when you get a placement, is crazy to me. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm because then at that point, right? Because like I said, you know, TuneCore, you can make $1 million a month, and if you're a producer and you produced on, let's say that entire $1 million, you produce that artist's entire $1 million a month catalog, you're gonna get fucking what is that, $40,000?
Yeah. 5%.
On a $50,000 on a million, you know,
Crazy.
because producers, the way the industry has programmed producers, I feel like, is to only give a fuck about the publishing because that's where you get 50% of it. But in only caring about the publishing, you almost end up only caring about hits because you don't make money on publishing unless it's really a hit.
Yeah.
Like the most money you get on publishing is when your shit goes crazy at radio,
Yeah.
you know, or a movie or some shit like that. So it's like, damn, man, I don't know. It's a fucking tricky world because then you get producers who really only care about chasing hits, or you get producers who just, you know, don't give a fuck and they're just trying to get the most placements possible because the majority of that money is the upfront fee for the beat.
Yup.
And they already know on the back end, on the master side, I'm not making that much money on the selling of the song.
Right.
And if this song doesn't go fucking huge, I'm not making that much money on the publishing. So this fucking whatever it is
Exactly.
up front for the beat is really what I'm living off of, you know?
It's
But
crazy.
fucked up.
It's crazy, but I mean, there's pros and cons obviously to everything. But when you're a producer, you have to pick and choose your battles in a way. So like, you know, for you at least, you know, being an artist, what are you know, like obviously there's a lot of producers in here that want to work with, you know, artists like you and other artists. What are some like I don't know, man, like what are some things you look for in a producer, or maybe even just to dig deeper, like if you have like do you have any advice for an upcoming producer on like some things they can do to just like brand themselves or just get themselves noticed to the point where, people want to work with them?
Yeah.
That might be a weird
You know my
question, but
No, but you know my other piece of advice for producers, and I've always said this, is try if you can to find one artist to blow up with.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, because by doing that, you also just get way better, because working with one artist, you learn so much. The consistency of working with one artist, you just learn how to even record people. You should be doing that as a producer already. I feel like if you're a producer and you're coming up and someone wants to use your beat and we don't know anyone and there's no studios, and you can't record me on your beat, like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like, that's crazy to me. Like, and I feel like for me, that was my come up when I wasn't singing or rapping and I was just making beats. I had to record all my friends because what the fuck? We didn't have money to go to a studio.
Yeah.
And I made the beats, and the beats were on my laptop. So what the fuck? We gotta record the song somehow. But yeah, I recommend getting with one artist if you can, and developing that sound. It'll help you get better. It'll help you learn to not fucking overload your beats with 87 instruments because you got to leave room for the artist's voice. It'll just get you better. I feel like actually making beats for artists. A lot of up and coming producers, their shit is so fucking busy, and it's like, damn.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I keep saying. You gotta have that discipline.
But you can tell that they don't really work with artists like that. You can tell that they're making beats and just riding around to them. Yep. And it's like, that's cool. But if you're trying to like work with an artist, you need to take out all of that shit. Like,
exactly.
It's so fun. I used to do the same shit.
Yeah, me too.
I was just making beats and I didn't have any artists and no one was getting on them. I was really just like making as many fucking sounds as I possibly could in one beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that a saxophone needs to go here now. It's like
a fucking saxophone solo in the middle of the verse.
Right. It's like, it's so nuts. And you realize that because you were trying to fill the void that the artist is supposed to be filling. But yeah, man, the busyness, like, I'm big on minimalism because if the artist is dope, he should be able to carry the beat.
Exactly. Exactly. You want to know
as far as the advice though for branding yourself and that, I think I'm very big. Like I said, the Count does a great job, I think, at doing this, but I'm very big on the whole behind the scenes content. And I've even started filming more of that too, just because I see that. Number one, when I was 17 on YouTube, my favorite videos to watch were Kanye in the studio, someone in the studio. Yep. I like to see this. I like to see this shit happening. So I think a great way to brand yourself if you're a producer is to, and I see it all the time on Instagram. There's a lot of up and coming producers who do this, but you film yourself making beats. And if you drop one of those, you could probably drop those a couple times a week. But, I can tell you this. You know who would blow up as a producer is the kid who goes away for a fucking year or however long it takes to make like 100 insane beats and then pick the best, or not 100 insane beats, 500 insane beats, pick the best 365, film all of them. Yeah. And then drop a beat every day. Every day. Making it every day. After a year, your life would look different.
That's crazy.
You may not be Timbaland or whatever, but you would for sure be in a way better spot than you were the year before. Bro, I think shooting the content and showing you making the beat is the wave.
Yeah, that's the wave. Anyone in here, if you do this in the chat room, we know where you got the idea. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all I think, like, man, a producer would fucking blow up.
That shit would be fire. Yeah, that would be fire.
Because if all the beats were hard, and be like, God damn, this dude is every day.
And just imagine, like, on day 215, all of a sudden, a major artist, like, records on it.
And that's what would happen. Because people got to understand, too, there's something to be said about poking the universe until it turns around. Yeah. And so you can't be surprised that if you only drop a song every month or, you're just not consistent, that nothing's happening for you. You got to understand the idea of momentum. So that's why the song a week shit has always worked for me, because it's momentum. It's like I'm playing in a different game than just Mankind shit. I'm on some like I'm trying to fucking really conjure up some shit
Yep.
with the universe by being just proactive every week, and it's a ball rolling down a hill. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's the
Constant
momentum
motion.
of it.
Momentum.
Yeah, it's the momentum. It's the momentum of it. Like there's something to be said about that. That the universe just responds to people who are proactive and consistent, and your momentum gets rewarded. So if you're a producer, I'm telling you that shit, a beat every day, and you film it, and it'll take you some time to build that content up. But that's what I did the same shit in a sense of like, and I did it again this year. But where I went away, as far when I say went away, I mean not putting out music for a little bit. But I went away until I made, this is back in 2014, until I had like a rough blueprint of a solid like 14-song album.
Mm.
And then I had 50 songs that I was sitting on, and I picked the best 26 to start rolling out this shit, because 26 is half a year. So I figured if I buy myself half a year, at the worst, if I get to half a year and I haven't blown up, I know I have another 26 songs.
Yep.
And so, but I waited until I had 26 great songs and an album before I put out anything. You know what I'm saying? And people should just understand that what I'm doing this year, y'all see me coming week after week. So what do you think I'm sitting on?
They don't even know, bro.
But you
They
know,
don't even know. Like,
based off of that comment, you know I wouldn't put out anything unless I had fucking 2 years in advance lined
bro,
up.
I already know you because, like, look, me and Russ, before COVID, it was probably a couple weeks before COVID, me and Russ are in the studio.
Yeah.
This dude played me probably, I want to say, close to 30 songs, Russ songs.
Yeah.
And it was like, this motherfucker was just up there with the, you know what I mean? Hit and play. He was like, oh yeah, this one's featuring blah, blah, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, shit. Hit play.
Right.
Boom, another solo one. Then and then he plays another one. This one's featuring blah, blah, blah.
Right.
The whole time I'm sitting there, I don't think I told you this. The whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, this dude literally has smash records for the next 5 years.
Literally.
And that was 6 months ago. I haven't even heard this shit that you recorded since like February.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, but that's
what it takes.
This goes back to the self-sufficiency, because I'm sitting in my studio right now and I don't gotta call anyone to pull up to record. I'll mix it, the whole shit. So I've been fucking working like a madman. That's why I'm just putting out shit now, because I'm like, man, I got so much shit lined up that I'm just so prepared for. And that's what it was about in 2014, is being so prepared and confident that you know something's gonna take off, so you're prepared for it. What I used to always see with artists, they would blow up and it looks like they didn't think they were gonna blow up, because now they're scrambling and they take 2 years to make an album and you miss your moment.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why the second my shit popped, cool, here's the album. There's Really a Wolf, platinum. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really ever wanted, was a platinum debut album. But I was sitting on it since before I started dropping the fucking songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's the same shit now. It's like, I'm ready. Like, I know in this fucking run I'm about to go on, I know that something's gonna take off, and when it does, here's the album. I did the same shit last year. 6 songs in a row is all it took. Called Best on Earth. A month later, here's the album.
Why would you not do that?
I don't understand it, bro. It's a foolproof method. Number 1, you build up a catalog. Number 2, your fans get happy. Number 3, you figure out what's gonna work quicker. Because if I was to do the traditional label approach, which is, and I did this earlier on in 2019, because I was like, look, I'm gonna do it y'all's way just so I can show y'all that this is wrong. And so the label approach is 1 song every 3 months, if that, right? Because in the like music industry system, it's about 3 months to really like work a record and see if it's gonna do anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. Is like,
so 1 every 3 months.
That, or like, as far, that's as much as a label would probably get down to do.
Right.
Because they want you to drop the song, they want to work it at the DSPs and take it to radio, and then shoot the video, and basically circle back in 3 months and see where you're at. So it's like, okay, so that means with that math, that in order to drop 6 songs, it would take me 18 months. You got to think, right? You got to think. It would have taken me 18 months just to get to Best on Earth. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
Instead, it took 6 weeks.
That's
You know
crazy.
what I mean? So
it's really just counterproductive.
It's super counterproductive because look, as an artist, as a producer, we love everything we do. We got no fucking clue what's gonna work. I don't care what anyone's talking about. Like, I think every song I do is a fucking smash. But the reality is, they don't all react like that.
Yeah.
So you truly don't know, and all that means is you got to just put out everything. That's what I do. I just put out everything because I'm like, shit, I don't know what's gonna work, especially with Best on Earth, because that was a song that was like, I like the song, I love everything I do, but I didn't think it was gonna blow up.
You didn't highlight that one as like, this is like potentially one of them.
No, what's crazy, bro? What's crazy? I put it out because Wonder was like, I'm telling you, it's gonna go. I was like, all right. Wonder just has like some Midas touch where like
he's just, I don't know.
I don't even know. I don't get it.
I don't get
just
it.
Like, God loves Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. He's just like chosen.
Yeah.
But so I put it out. The mindset of those first 6 drops was, I'm gonna put out the shit that I don't think is gonna work first, just to get it out of the way and build up the momentum, so that when I get to week 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm gonna really start dropping the big ones that I think are gonna go crazy. And like literally the 7th week was gonna be our shit, Private.
Private. Oh yeah.
That was gonna be weeks, because I was like, let me just get this one out of the way so I can really start dropping hits.
I think you texted me about it, and then I was like,
I didn't have to get to week 7. I was like, damn,
crazy.
I'm like, y'all haven't even heard the shit that I think is the best. So
this is, bro, I don't know, man. What, like, all this is just confirming. I think, like, if I was an artist, I mean, it's basically a no-brainer. If you're not doing these things, then you can almost guarantee that you will create no momentum.
For sure. Because how do you expect to? Here's the thing: if you're an up-and-coming artist, how do you expect to blow up if you're not constantly in my face? The reality is, it's like, if you see an up-and-coming artist blow up off of just like one project, it's because they're connected. No artist is dropping a fucking album out of the blue on the internet and just like, oh yeah, and then he blew up and that's all it took. No. Like, there was some shit going on behind the scenes. He's connected, had this person already in his pocket, etc. So if you don't have any connections, you need to literally flood. You need to flood it, because you need to garner and generate this fan base, and then your fan base does the best marketing for you, word of mouth. This is some shit I fucking explain, I feel like, every day. People, and I understand, because my come up is unbelievable, so people literally just don't believe it. So it's because it's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable come up, so they just don't believe it. So they're always like, okay, a song a week, but how did you do promo for it? How much was the money on the promo? The budget for the promo?
Well, you're rich already, so like, well, you must have put.
Look at my fucking look at my TuneCore, bro. Like, look at my TuneCore. I was making $300 a month. What fucking promo money? What are you talking about? I didn't have promo money. There was no promo. My promo was my next song, and that's why I knew labels didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And this isn't the one I was with. Just when I would go around and meet with labels, they didn't know what they were talking about when it came to like putting out content. I'm like, yo, I put out What They Want, Pull the Trigger, Losing Control, and then fucking 40 more songs. Y'all can't tell me that like putting out a song right now is gonna fuck up my last song. No, it's not. It's gonna, if anything, it's going to make this one bigger, because they go back to the catalog. And now you can kind of even see that in real time with Spotify monthly listeners. That's a hack. You can hack that. The way you hack that is constant content. So when you don't put out music, your monthly listeners go down. You see it with every artist. With my shit, if I don't put out music, it'll go down to like 11 million. Me constantly putting out music, it just goes up. That's what it does. It is literally directly correlated. Like, more songs, more monthly listeners. Why? Because this person put it in their playlist and whatever the fuck. There's just more people listening because you're putting out more music. Why? Because you're bringing fans back to your catalog.
Exactly.
You're bringing fans back to your Spotify page and your Apple page. And since they're here, fuck it. They showed up to the party. They might as well dance. So now they're gonna go listen to 5 other songs, and it's a no-brainer. Like you gotta fucking flood. The only way to that's the best marketing is flooding. It's flooding. It's like flooding and shooting content, video, behind the scenes shit, or you in the studio singing along to your shit, whatever it is. But that's all I did. That's all I did.
You want to know why? You want to know why people don't do that? Because in their mind, they have this false sense of trying to be like Kanye, which is I'm a superstar. I'm gonna drop this amazing album with the artwork. I'm a dip for a year.
You know, like, bro, you have 1,000 followers. You're a loser. No one cares, bro. Like, that's what I used to do. I used to do the same shit. Bro, I would do it, and I can say that you're a loser because I was a loser doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? I would literally, bro, oh my God. I was 19. I had just turned 19. Had never put out a song before.
Yeah.
And because I was just producing for Boogus, my friend Boogus. So I was like, man, okay, I'm about to put out, you know, my first shit. And it was this project called Velvet, 8-song project, all done by me, obviously. But, you know, I had fucking 2011. First of all, 2011, I don't even think I had an Instagram in 2011 because Instagram came out 2010.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I was on the gram.
No.
Spotify or Apple Music wasn't out. I don't even know if Spotify was anything like that. It was mainly back then we were judging our success off of like Mediafire downloads, like how many downloads it.
Exactly.
So it's like I put this shit out December of 2011, Velvet. In my delusional ass loser brain, I literally was like, watch, I'm about to drop this, and tomorrow I'm the biggest artist in the world. It's like, bro, you're a fucking crackhead.
But
like,
people still think that though. People still think that.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, I am for sure. Like, and listen, I'm a full advocate for delusion, but there's a very fine line between delusion and denial.
Yeah.
And
facts.
And so after 11 projects of me putting them out, thinking that somehow I'm just gonna drop a project from complete anonymity with no connections, and it's just miraculously gonna blow up. After 11 projects, it's like, all right, bro, you're in denial if you think that this method is gonna work. Because I could have just kept fucking banging my head against the wall, like, nah, I'm gonna go. Here's another album. It's not gonna work. You got to change your approach, or you're literally insane by definition. So that's when I did the Song of Week shit. Like, people gotta then with the book, you gotta get out of your own way.
Yep.
I had to get out of my own way. Like, you're not about to just fucking blow up with 1,000 followers because you dropped a project that you think is great. Yeah. You don't know, like, you don't have any connections. There's nothing going on. Like, bro, I promise you, it's not gonna work.
Yo, it's so crazy that we're talking about this because, like, I can tell you guys, like, for a fact, you know, even just like, you know, I don't want to make this about me, but like, even with my story, you know, a lot of people don't know just like how long it took to just get from like point A to point B to point C, like, and I'm still going. Like, I feel like I'm just starting. You know what I mean, with like the new Twitch channel and shit. But like, I think with just producers and artists too, I think that you go through these kind of like micro phases where it's like you like set a goal, and then maybe it doesn't go the way you think it will, but then it takes you to another place, but then ultimately it's progress, and then you think like you get to the point where it's like, okay, is this where I'm at? Am I gonna hit a wall, or do I graduate to like the next movement? You know what I mean? And for me personally, I want to know your opinion on this, but like for me personally, like, you know, when I met when I started working with like Little Brother, right, with Ninth Wonder and Tay and Pooh, and I was like, yo, and back then I was like, yo, I made it. I'm about to be a millionaire. I'm about to be Questlove. Like, yo, Black Thought's my favorite rapper. I'm about to produce for Black Thought. Didn't happen. You know what I mean? But I built with Tay and Pooh and Ninth, and then that turned into like more underground shit, and then G-Unit, and then
Kanye. It's a domino effect.
A domino effect. So like, do you think that, like, what's your advice for people to just like give them that fuel to just keep going, even if like things don't work out the way they think they will.
You gotta things. If I believe that if you're living your truth and you're following your gut, things are always working out.
Yeah.
Like even when it looks like they're not. If a deal fell through, or this label said that they were gonna fuck with you, and then you find out that it's a fraudulent label or whatever the fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're coming up, like, people will start hitting you about all sorts of weird shit, and, you know, sometimes it's a dead end. But my thing, to be honest, is that if you have the definite aim and you know where you're going, and you know that everything you're doing with every fiber of your whole spirit, the whole shit, you don't have to trip, because at that point it's you have to have blind faith. You gotta literally understand that I don't know where I'm going per se. I know where I want to get to. I don't know the way there, but I'm gonna just follow my gut every time, and that's gonna take me wherever I need to go. Even like I said, if it takes you down a dead end or whatever the fuck it is, a lot of people just they don't listen to their gut and they ignore their intuition, so they get in fuck spots and shit like that. But
that's a shame. Man. That's a shame. Yo, so you're in your studio right now, right?
Correct.
Yes. So I did something fun earlier. I didn't tell you about this. So before you got here, I made a beat. I made a beat live. Okay. And what I did was I chose one of these guys in here. I chose a loop from them. So I just emailed it to you.
Okay.
I just emailed this shit to you. So, yo, I told him I'm going to send it to my bro. Yeah. And he's going to listen to it. And if you fuck with it, yo, you already know, but I think they would get a kick out of it if they heard a beat that I just cooked up for you.
Yeah, let me make sure my shit is all the way right.
I emailed it to you, so it's in your Gmail.
Okay.
By the way, shout out to everybody in here, all the Russ fans.
I can't see anything or anything going on in the chat.
I'll send you the playback. Yo, the feedback is crazy. It's the questions are just like the comments are just a blur right now because there's so many people in here.
Well, I want everyone to know that I literally it from my perspective, it's a FaceTime with illmind. I don't see anything else in it, so don't feel like I'm ignoring y'all.
Yeah, nah, they're loving it.
This sounds hard already. I know within an instant.
Appreciate it. There's a change up, watch. You know what I'm saying?
You got that loop from somebody in your somebody in the chat?
Yeah, so I had them submit loops.
That shit is hard.
I picked the shit. Thank you, bro. That was Napes, this producer named Napes, who made the loop, and we put it together.
Is hard.
Thanks,
you know, I'm a sucker for guitars and shit like that.
Yeah. Me and you have like 15 or 16 guitar joints that are fucking pure fire.
I'm obsessed with guitar. I just think it's a cheat code.
Yeah.
You put guitar over hip hop drums, it's a rap.
It's a rap, bro. It's a rap.
It's a rap because it's hard to make timeless shit with synths.
Yeah.
Because synths a lot of times sound dated.
Yep.
Why I like guitars and pianos and strings, like that felt like that was a string in that beat.
Yeah.
But why I like those instruments and making beats with those is because I don't care what fucking year we're in, a guitar is always going to sound good.
It's always going to be fire.
A piano's like, you'll never, there's a reason why Me, Myself, and I still sounds incredible.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why Let Me Blow Your Mind still sounds incredible. That's why I love Scott Storch, because it's like, a lot of his shit is just piano,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why a lot of the beats just still sound great because it's like it's a piano. It's a
Exactly.
timeless instrument. The guitar
Exactly.
is a timeless instrument. It's hard doing, and I make beats with synths all the time, but it's hard like for those to still sound great 5 years later.
That's a
You
really
know?
good point. Producers, all the producers in here, you should keep that in mind. That's actually an amazing, amazing gem. Like some
Yeah.
instruments get dated. You want to know what synth? In my opinion, I don't know if you agree. I think an example of a synth beat that has aged super well is "Flashing Lights" Kanye. That dun, 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 dun.
For sure.
I mean, you can't beat that shit.
Kanye's just a fucking nut though.
He's a nut.
It's like for him to like 808s on Heartbreaks is the nuttiest fucking album, and like
It's insane.
for him to watching it as a fan, it was just like exciting.
Yeah.
Being in the music business now, I'm like, bro, you are ballsy. Like that's crazy
Yeah.
to be that big and just go left. Oh man,
Like he could have
That's-
potentially threw it all away with that album.
right? That's fucking insane to me. That's why like Kanye's fearlessness is, it's like
bananas.
incredible to me. It's
It's
incredible to me. But yeah, that, I mean, even fucking Heartless sounds amazing still. But Heartless is kind of it's keys though. But it's
Yeah.
like it might be a synth, but it's even with Flashing Lights, the way he did it, it felt like it was strings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it was strings at first. Yeah.
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 It didn't
Yeah.
feel too synth based, you know. I'm talking about the real crazy like fucking pure synth, like
Yeah.
synth leads and shit. It's like,
All that shit.
you know, it's like, yeah, it I don't know. It could sound good right now, but I don't know if in 5 years that shit's really hitting like that. But piano shit, guitar shit, Rhodes keys, all that.
It'll never go out of style. You're
Rhodes
dropping
keys are the greatest fucking thing ever.
Rhodes piano guitar. Like stick to those. Live bass, bro. I want live
Right.
bass to come back.
So do I. I wish I could play bass. I used to only do like, obviously it was a plugin, but I used to never do 808s. Like if
Yeah.
you go back and listen to like all my old shit, I was not doing 808s because 808s weren't. I don't know, the cloth I was cut from was like, you know, it was
Musical
it was
bass lines. Yeah. me
Yeah,
too.
it was so. It's like that's what I was. I loved the real bass line, but I couldn't
Yeah.
play bass. So
The
we should
joint,
do some shit with the real bass line,
bro.
The fuck?
We got to do some real bassline shit.
Yeah,
Gotta
let's do it.
Shit. You're dropping a song on Friday. Is it the same T minus shit you played for me that one time, or is it some new shit? Because
I think it's the same one. Because if I played you any T minus joint, it would have been this one because it's so fucking hard.
that shit is so hard. How do you pick? Like, how do you pick what you're gonna release, bro? Because it's like
I release everything.
I
That's what
know,
I'm
but
saying.
like it's like damn, it's
I don't
like
pick.
just hit the random button. Just random
The order though, I just crossed over left and right to just shit on everyone. I'm like,
yeah,
that's the order. Even back in 2015, like,
Yeah.
if I dropped some singing shit, the next week I'm gonna chomp your head off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
so that it's clear that this motherfucker is crazy. That's why when people are like, I don't even understand people that. Well, I understand people who say, "Oh, your shit sounds the same." I can tell you're just not a fan. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what's
Don't listen.
crazy about people that say your shit sound the same? It's like, yeah, my shit sound the same. It's fucking me.
I know. That's always what I say.
It's
too.
like
listen,
Drake's music sounds the same. Yeah, because it's him every time.
It's it. It's
Idiot.
like, bro, come on, fucking morons. Like,
Why do you sound
Y'all's
like
probably
Russ? I want to hear Russ.
bro, every time you're just gonna sound like you for real. Like, yeah, bro, are you fucking slow? What's wrong with you?
Insane.
Like, y'all's problem is that you sound like him, and him.
Exactly.
And that's why you don't have any fucking real fans because just shit is ridiculous. But
Exactly.
yeah, no, I let go of everything, man. I fly.
Yeah.
I let everything fly because, like I said, there's no telling that. You know, I put up a post a couple weeks ago, a month ago, or some shit. But you know, to all my artists watching this and to all the artists out there, chances are your best song and your biggest song is on your computer
Mhm.
without any intention of you dropping it because you're sleeping on it.
Yep.
That's the reality. Like, I know for a fact. That's why it's so fun putting out music, is because I know for a fact there's songs. There's at least one song sitting on my computer right now that I'm just like whatever about, and I know it's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like every artist has that song on your computer where it's like, yo, that's actually the one that's gonna go nuts. That's what I learned with Best on Earth.
Yeah, and
like,
you're not supposed to know which one.
No,
you gotta let
would
the people
ruin all
determine.
The fun.
Yeah, that would ruin
all the fun. I mean, there's songs that I've definitely bet on, and I knew. Like, I knew Losing Control was gonna go crazy. I knew What They Want was gonna go crazy. I knew, Ride Slow. I knew Civil War was gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I knew Civil War was gonna go crazy. So, but I thought Crown was gonna be fucking massive. Crown was.
Thank you, my G. By the way,
let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
That's our first drop together too.
This
that
is
was
our first
me and Wonder's first drop together. It's
crazy.
But no, it's like, I thought Crown was gonna go nuts. Crown was like the third song me and Wonder made. Civil War was the second one. Crown was like the third one.
Crown is hard.
I remember sitting on Crown and Civil War like this is the 1-2. These are gonna go fucking nuts. And I put out Civil War and it went nuts. I put out Crown in that weekly drop leading up to Best on Earth. And I was like, damn, real? All right. Well, okay. I'm going to just keep letting shit fly and then Best on Earth card. Like, so you just never know.
You just never know.
You never really know. That's why you got to get out of your way and put out everything because you don't fucking know. Artists be sitting on songs like, nah, this isn't good enough to go out. Says who?
Says their fear in their mind, basically.
Because it's like at the end of the day, we're at a certain level. I at least hope artists are at this level. If you're at if you're in the game and you're an established artist, your skill level is high enough at this point where everything you make is professional and good.
Yeah.
Good enough to go out. It's not like the shit it sounds fucked up or like you hit wrong notes and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds good. So at this point, what do you mean? You say it's not good enough to blow up? Says like to get the fuck out of your own way. I used to say that shit about my shit where I was like, nah, this can't go out. I'm not gonna put this one out. I don't think this is gonna go crazy. And it's like, bro, says who? Like, says who? I remember what's it called? I put out like a 3-song EP December 2018, and I just dipped from social media for like 2 months. There was no promo, no marketing. I did the opposite of it. I disappeared off of social media. Mm-hmm. And it had the song on there called Nobody Knows. I didn't think that shit was going to do anything at all.
Yeah.
At all. It was literally some 3-song EP just because like I wanted to put the songs out. And then I did. And Nobody Knows went fucking viral in the Philippines. Went fucking
crazy
nuts in the Philippines. And now it has over 100 million streams. And it's like, it makes me fucking $200K a year just on that song. So it's like
insane, bro. Insane. Yo, that's such
you have no
facts.
fucking clue.
You have no clue. Yo, I'll tell you a story about how that happened to me. The Civil War melody. Boom, 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 boom. I was doing this shit, right? I was doing it, and it started with chords. And I didn't put the bass in there yet. It was just the chords. And so I'm playing the chords back, the bump, bump, whatever. And in my mind, I'm like listening back to it. And in my mind, I'm like, is this trash?
Right.
Is this like too pop? Like, what am I doing right now? Like, I need to make some hard shit. Like, what is this?
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to power through this. I'm going to put a bass line on it. Yeah. I finished it. And then I was like, and then a couple of days go by, and I'm like, should I send this to Wanda? Like, he's probably gonna think this shit is trash, but whatever. Right. So I sent it to him with like 50 other melodies or whatever, 15 other melodies, and then like literally a few hours later, he hit me back. He was like, yo, man, this shit is crazy, and I was like, oh, that one, you know? So it's like you just never know, man.
Bro, I felt the same way making the song, which is what's funny.
Crazy.
Because I was like,
damn.
Am I getting on? I was like, man, I'm getting on this beat. This is like, I literally the same thought. I was like, is this too poppy? But I just loved it, and I instantly caught that melody. Like the hook melody, I just instantly caught it. Whenever I'm playing beats and going through beats, if a melody instantly hits me, I gotta record it, and it's usually the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too many of my songs that have come out where I had to sit there for hours just to come up with the first melody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, move on.
So
You feel me?
yeah, like you're going from instinct, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to another beat. Like if I'm not about to sit here for fucking 2 hours just to catch the first melody. Now, if the hook hit me instantly and now I'm writing the verses, that's different. But I'm talking about like for you to even get started on the song, why are you acting like that's the only fucking beat available?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. When you write songs, do you start with the hook and then the verses usually?
Always.
Yeah, always, right?
Always.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I don't catch the hook, I'm not doing the song.
yeah,
It's just that simple. If I don't catch the hook, I'm not doing the song. I'm moving on to the next beat.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I like to write. I like hooks. I don't like, and also the hook tells me what the song's about. How am I just gonna sit here and write a fucking verse? What am I talking
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Bro,
like,
it's so simple, man. Like,
it's like I guess kudos to people if they could do that. I would think the song would suffer in just substance
yeah.
and structure because it's like, how are you fucking dressing yourself in that order?
Yeah, no, I think this shit is hilarious because I think it comes with experience too. Because I've been in the studio with artists, and they'll literally spend mad time on just getting the intro right, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and
Yeah.
there was another time. There was another time where it's just artists powering through a verse, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Like, what is this? You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
It's just
No, it's bro. The artist's ego is fucking insane.
it's insane, dude.
Like my ego's crazy. Like artist ego is crazy. Where like you'll be in the studio and I'll be damned if I don't get this fucking hook out and this verse out. But it's like, bro, sometimes you got to just move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hook first all the time. I feel like that's why. I mean, you know, that's why I catch a lot of fucking songs that go crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting with the bulk of the song, and we know that no one gives the unfortunate reality, right? Is that not too many people give a fuck about your verse at all.
Yeah.
That's the music community nowadays. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about your verse.
Yep.
Look at TikTok. People are blowing up off of 15 seconds.
Yep. Yep.
People are blowing up off of 15 seconds, and a lot of times, most of the time, it's the hook.
Yeah.
It's the hook that blows up on TikTok, or it's just like this part of the beat. That's why I feel bad for these artists who blow up on TikTok. They are fucking doomed.
Yep.
You know why these artists are doomed? Because more so than ever, artists are no longer blowing up. The song is blowing up, and worse than that, it's not even the song that's blowing up; it's the hook that's blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, bro, we're not fans of you. We don't even fucking know you.
We don't know you.
There's a 15-second clip on TikTok of the hook, and that shit is crazy.
That's all we care about.
That's all we don't fucking know you. Couldn't even tell you what the verse is. Don't give a shit about it. We're not going to do your show. That shit is just hard for TikTok.
So the song is not connected to the person, which is not connected to the fan.
When the song is bigger than the artist, you're just doomed.
You're doomed.
You're doomed because you don't have fans. The song does, and in order to really cultivate a real fan base, you got to get people to be a fan of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the people with big fan bases and shit and solid cores are the ones who their fans fuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but TikTok isn't even allowing you to do that anymore because, like I said, it's 15 seconds blown up, and it's a hook or it's a beat. You know, like I felt bad for K-Camp.
Yeah.
When Renegade. Who knew that was K-Camp? You know what I'm saying? That's what was fucked up because it was like the beat and
the drop.
Like some of the
Renegade. Yep.
Right. And so it's like really the beat blew up.
And that's my boy Reezy Renegade who produced it. That's his drop.
Yeah, it's like the beat blew up, and I felt bad because it's K-Camp's song.
Yeah.
But it's like, man.
Are they going to K-Camp shows for that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'd have to ask K-Camp, but I wonder if he saw real fans come off of that.
Off of it, exactly. Yeah.
Did you notice like a major uptick in real fans,
Yeah.
or did streams just go up on that song because people were curious about the song?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't know.
It's
It's a
interesting.
tricky thing. And even just all these kids blowing up, man. Every other fucking week, there's a kid with who's a nobody, has fucking 1,000 followers, just randomly catches some shit on TikTok,
Yeah.
and then just signs to a label. And I'm like, bro, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all are so dumb. Here's why that is so idiotic. It's like, all right, so now, and also, first of all, if you're blowing up on TikTok, a lot of the time you were already signed to have some shit going.
Yeah.
But so you catch a song on TikTok, you're nobody, it goes viral, right? The song is out on platforms, DSPs, whatever. You've put it out independently. It goes viral on TikTok. Labels call your phone, dangle a couple $1,000,000 in front of your face, and you take it. And what's idiotic about that is that, look, they're giving you this money because they know that that's what that song is going to bring in, and then some, and they want to own it. They also know that these TikTok artists who blow up just quick and are gone tomorrow, these labels have no intention of putting out your album. I don't care what they signed you to, a 3-album deal. No, they're just going to drop you. They're going to drop you. They really just are dangling money in front of your face so that they can quickly swoop down, eat off that one viral moment, own that shit forever, drop you, send you back to the fucking hole you crawled out of,
Yep.
and then you're fucked. When really what you should have done was, look, if your shit is going viral without a label, what you should have done is instantly drop another song, drop more music.
Yep.
Capitalize it, compound the moment, drop music, flood, and build up the independent catalog and keep it to yourself. Because look, let's say you're one of these TikTok kids and you do only have one song that goes crazy, and that's it. But guess what? At least if you own it, and when it dies down and it, the dust settles, let's say it's only bringing in 10K a month, but at a time it was bringing in 400K a month. But let's say when the dust settles and it dies down, the buzz is gone, it's only bringing in 10K a month. At least you have a guaranteed 10K a month.
Yep.
Which is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money.
And those fans that stuck with you from all that music you released, those are your diehards. They're gonna be there. Yeah. They're there. You want them there. Even if it's like, I don't know, 2.5% of whatever millions of people. You're still bringing those people along, as opposed to them disappearing forever.
100%. And you own the viral moment. You own your moment. And you own it for life. And like I said, so now you can at least generate 10K a month, for the rest of your life. It's like, it's just no brainer to me. Or you take the $2 million, and like I said, we already know what that turns into, and you blow it, and then the label drops you, and then you're a fucking bum. And these kids are fucking doomed. I feel bad for all these kids blowing up on TikTok. That shit is scary as hell.
It's crazy.
Because there's a new one every week.
Yeah, and who knows what the clauses are on TikTok, like who owns what and how much money they're making. Like, it's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. Bro.
Yo, I think the moral of the story is work on your craft and just and push shit out, right? Just push shit out, bro.
Yeah, work on your craft religiously. Stay in the gym and fucking put the shit out consistently. That's the other shit that trips me out, is that if you play basketball, if you want to be in the NBA, you have a hoop at your house.
Yeah.
So that you can practice. You have the gym, quote unquote, at your house. If you want to be, a fitness crazy person, you at least have the ability, you have it set up where you can work out at the house. So my thing that trips me out is artists who don't have a home studio setup. Yeah. That's step one. Because it's like, how do you expect to get better if every time you want to practice your craft, you got to call a studio, you got to spend money? That's not, what are you, like, what are you doing? How do you not have your gym in your house? How do you not have your basketball goal at your house? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you not have, it's like, you can't get better. You're going to get fucking lapped by the people who have the gym in their house.
Exactly.
That's why, like, I got, to a point skill-wise, that was good enough to blow up because I was spending so much time in the studio, and I was able to spend so much time in the studio because the studio was in the house.
Yep.
And it wasn't glamorous at all, you know, but it was, you know, it was a $2,500 setup.
Yep.
You know,
yeah,
which is, you know, 2,500 is a lot of money, but at the same time, people will spend $2,500 on weed in 4 months, 5
yeah.
months.
Also that's basically 1 to 2 days of studio time, depending on what kind of studio you're going to.
Right, that's the thing. Like, let's say you go to a studio and it's $100 an hour, right? It's like, all right, so basically, after 20 hours, after 25 hours in the studio, you've already spent the 2,500.
Ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? 20 hours booking studio time, and you've spent what you could have spent over here on a home studio that would last you forever. You know?
Exactly. Someone in the chat room just asked me what your setup was. You want to break it down for them, or what your
my
is?
My setup back then was it was a baby bottle blue mic. It was like just like a $600 mic, which is it was a good mic. It was a good, like, there's cheaper mics or whatever, but then there's way more expensive ones. Now I have, you know, two $10,000 mics and a fucking, you know, so you can go crazy. But I had a $600 baby bottle blue mic. I had the Apogee Duet interface, which was $499. And then I had my 2012 fucking laptop with Logic.
That's it.
And that was it. That was it. And headphones, Sennheiser 280, whatever the fuck. And some Rocket 8s, some Rocket 5s or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah. And that was it. And I did my whole, I'm talking about up until the third album. Shake the Snow Globe was the first album that I didn't use that setup. So we're talking crazy. About
wow. So you had that for a minute.
Yeah, I was doing that on Zoo. That was my second album. I was doing that.
Yeah. My
second album, I had that setup. Now, when I would travel on tour, I did a couple of songs, a good batch, maybe 10 songs, something like that, of on the Neumann TLM 103, which was like a $2,500 mic. Because after I got on, I got a little money.
Yeah.
And you know, I invested in a mic, but the thing was, I didn't have my own spot yet, so that's why I didn't have a studio set up in my house. The studio was at Boogus' spot, and so that's what I'm talking about. Though we were always just in the studio. That was our spot.
Yep.
Like, we had the home setup. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's why we were able to crank out so much shit, because we had the home setup. Like, we were both just in there every fucking day.
And this was in Atlanta. This was in New York or Atlanta or okay?
No, Atlanta.
It was in Atlanta.
Yeah. So Boogus got the home. We got the home set up January 1st, 2010.
Wow.
So, you know, you gotta think, like I said, for $2,500 or whatever the fuck that comes out to be, you know, it's like, how much money have I made off of $2,500?
Yeah, the kind of return on the investment is insane.
It's like invest $2,500 and make $30 million.
Basically.
It's like, or pay 20 hours at a studio and there goes your $2,500 and you still don't have a set.
And you might make half a song, one song.
Right. But yeah, that was the setup I was using up until the third album. Now I have, like, you know, nutty shit just because I like blowing money on fucking random music shit. So like,
what would you say is probably the most ignorant music thing you have right now? Like the expensive, like, toy.
I mean, I don't have that many toys at all. My mics are just ridiculous.
The mics, like, you got crazy mics.
I have the Sony, the C800, which is $10,000, and I have the
10 racks.
That's
crazy.
And I have the Telefunken, which is $10,000.
Yeah.
Then I have the Manly, which is $5K. I got fucking.
Are you running through a preamp? You're running through a preamp.
Yeah, so I got two Avalons.
Okay.
And I got the fucking Apogee Symphony, the craziest one, or, you know, I don't know. I got some shit, but it's like, you don't need any of this.
Yeah. By the way, guys,
all of this is ridiculous. This is just because I wanted to be a nut, but like, You literally just need, but like I said, you do need a decent enough setup that the quality isn't going to suffer.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
as opposed to I don't know. I, I would think a $50 mic is not going to sound that great. Maybe there's some out there. I don't know, but I would think that it's probably smarter to, instead of saving up $100 and getting this shitty mic,
Yes.
wait a couple more months and save up 600 and go get a baby bottle blue, and wait a couple months and go get the Apogee Duet as opposed to this $50 whatever thing, just so that like the quality is, it's good. The quality is good enough to blow up. Like I was,
Yeah.
people know I was mixing and doing all that shit myself, and but because the equipment was good enough, and I figured it out. I figured out what buttons work.
And you were on Logic, right? You were on Logic?
Yeah, Logic.
Yeah.
So Beats in Logic, recording Logic, the whole shit. But man, what's crazy is like that fucking 2012 laptop I have, which like is not souped up at all. There's no extra anything, like base model shit. The amount of fucking shit I've had to delete on it in order to make the next beat is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I did the same shit.
People, like, I got my whole fucking everything up until Shake the Snow Globe is on that computer. Like, I was making the beats in that and recording on that in there. I'm like, man, this computer is a fucking warrior.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You still have it?
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah, you gotta keep that.
I was still making beats on it up until 7 months ago.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So a lot of memories on that thing, bro. A lot of history.
That shit is $1 billion computer.
Yeah, dude.
There's so much shit on there. It's like my entire career, Bruce's entire career, fucking all my albums. Like, man, it's crazy. I went back in there the other day because I wanted the reverb that I used in Losing Control. And I was like, man, I'm tripping. Why have I not made this like a preset that I just go to?
Exactly.
And so I went and just like copied the reverb over onto my new computer and like put it in a song that's not out yet. But like, I was like, man, this fucking computer is just fucking fantastic. Yeah. It's the gift that just never stops giving.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, like, I mean, sometimes, honestly, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, if there's shit that works, why switch it? Why switch
100%. That's why I can't stand all these fucking updates.
Yeah, bro. It's the worst.
That's what fucking tripped me out and pissed me off with Logic and with just Apple in general.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, my laptop, I forget what operating system or whatever the fuck it was, but when I updated to it, I lost so much shit.
Like you couldn't open, like it didn't open, none of it worked, or
I lost so many sessions for some fucking reason, and then they put out some operating system software that you couldn't even use Logic 9 in anymore. Like, you had to use this shit. And it's like, bro, my shit with updates and upgrades is like, don't take away anything.
Yeah.
Just add.
Yeah, just add.
Just add. Don't take away shit. I was using that.
Yeah.
Like, here's the new thing. We've taken this away, though.
Yeah, we took it away.
I was using that. It was perfectly fine. Why? How's it an upgrade if you're taking shit away? Just leave everything and just add. Don't take shit away. I'll never understand that. Like, I'll never understand that. That's why, even with the new Logic, I'm not fucking updating to that. I'm sure it's fucking great. I saw videos on it. I'm sure it's great. I'm not updating.
Bro.
I don't trust this shit at all. I'm not updating this computer so that I can use it and it starts saying this plugin actually doesn't work now on this. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Bro, I'm on a MacBook Pro, the same one I brought to the studio, MacBook Pro 2017, right? I'm thinking this thing is gonna last me forever, like for a while, right? That was 3 years ago. So this MacBook Pro is super janky now. It's crazy. So what I did was, quick story. I ordered a Mac Mini, like the brand new 2020 Mac Mini. The highest shit, 64 gigabytes, fucking 2 terabytes. The processors be crazy. So I spent bread on it, received it last week. I opened this shit up. I'm hooking it up to the monitor. Everything's fine. I get, in the beginning when you get a new Mac, you enter like the information, like,
Sure.
country and name. So I got to the third step where I'm entering my, time zone or whatever. So I enter it, and then the screen just goes black. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's a brand new Mac. So I try to power it on again. I get on the phone with Apple, Apple Music, Apple Care or whatever. And they're walking me through all this brainstorming. So long story short, they sent me a fucking broken Mac Mini. So I had to mail it out to them. They're like, "Yo, what's gonna happen is we're gonna send you a packing slip. You're gonna mail it back to us. We're gonna give you a refund, and then after you receive your refund, you can purchase another one."
Are they fucking joking?
Nah, bro. So I'm still waiting for my shit, man. So I feel the struggle, man. This shit is
bro.
rough.
And you know what's crazy? When 2 years ago, I think it might have been 2017 or 2018. I was like, man, it's time for a new laptop. So I bought just like the most souped up shit I could possibly buy. Like, where the laptop ends up costing $6,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bought it. Bro, that shit stayed in the box till the next year. And by the time I was like, oh, fuck, maybe I should open this. I was like, well, now this laptop's a year old. I was like, so I bought another one. So I bought another one, right? So I bought another one.
Yo, send that shit to me, bro.
That shit was old. I bought another one,
Oh,
right?
my God.
I just took that one out of the box. Like, 4 months ago, made one beat on it, hate it. Hate the fucking new software, hate the shit, back in the box. Bro, I have 2 ridiculously souped up laptops, just like...
They're like under the desk. They're like in the closet.
Like, I can't fucking... I hate them, bro. I hate them. I can't stand the way the keys feel.
Yeah.
The fucking... I don't know, I guess that's probably how old people feel with like trying to learn new shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I
true.
hate that shit, bro.
True.
I got 2 fucking laptops that just it's like whatever. But
Damn.
I was like, man, I'm a fucking piece of shit. Like I got this laptop and waited a whole year to open it to the point that I felt like it was too old to use. So then I had to get another one.
That's
stupid.
the best, bro. That is the best shit, dude.
So
oh my
dumb.
God. Yo, we usually what I do on my Twitch channel, like toward the end of every stream, I do a beat battle. So it's basically one producer versus one producer, and it's like gladiator style. So like, if you win, if the producer wins, then they go on to the next day and they battle again, and there's a new challenger or whatever. So when we do our beat battles, we usually have a guest judge to come on Zoom. Do you want to fuck with it and be the guest judge today? Do you have time?
Yeah, how much I got like 20 more minutes.
Oh, this is gonna take 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Max. All right, guys. So listen, my broski Russ is our guest judge today, man. All right, so
hold on, let me go grab a green juice.
Grab a green juice. Lyric. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Lyric.
Right back.
Yeah, go for it, Russ. Lyric. So text Russ. Basically, I want you to help Russ with the best way to set him up to judge. So I think, basically, honestly, you just want to help him set up Twitch to where he can listen to the beats and not have any feedback. So basically, Lyric, just walk him through how to set this up. The same way that we do Ray Reezy and, our guest judges for the beat battle. And then we already have him here on Zoom, so I could just easily patch him in, and that'll be fine. So we're gonna set up Russ on video, and then we'll get the beat battle going. So actually, let me go ahead and move to the beat battle screen. Where is it? There it is. Shout to all my Russ fans in here. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're not done yet, though. Don't leave. We appreciate your presence. Alright, so just to explain to you guys what's about to happen. Young Forever 214 versus Intellect. Master of Coins beat battle. So here's what we do. Here's how it works. It's basically going to be one beat versus one beat. Okay, so each of these two are going to play a beat each, or I'm going to play it. And then we choose a winner. So basically today it's going to be 3 judges. It's going to be myself, my moderator, Lyric Lesson. Say hi to everyone, Lyric, in the chat room. So it's going to be myself, Lyric Lesson, and Russ as our 3rd guest judge. So we're going to listen to each one once. We're going to choose a winner. And that's basically going to be it. Green juice for the win.
Bro, I'm
right.
so hungover.
Yo, I feel you, bro.
I went to sleep at 6:30 a.m. and
get out of here. For real?
My hours are fucked. Yeah, that's why I was like a little late because I was like getting my life together.
Oh fuck.
But I was making some crazy shit last night over you know who I just got connected with, who is fucking nuts.
Who?
Oz.
Oh, he's insane. He's insane.
Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with
you? He's out of his mind. And yo, I mean, obviously you know his catalog, like his shit. Guys in the chat room.
Looking at his catalog, I was like, what?
Bro.
I was like have I just been under a rock? Like, it's crazy.
Bro, 2C Slide, I'm telling him in the chat room, 2C Slide, Heist in the room, sicko mode. Oh my goodness.
24/7, Meek and LMA.
Come on. Lyric, my moderator, Lyric, did someone just enter the chat room? Let me see. Okay, so okay. I think that was
so what do I do?
Lyric. Alright, so basically, yo, what I'm gonna do is what you want to do right now is open up a new browser window on your computer and go to Twitch. So just go to twitch.tv/illmind producer.
My bad, I was getting ready for the beat battle now.
Okay, you're good. I'm gonna get both of you guys in here. Okay.
Oh, this is fucking crazy. I should have had this pulled up the whole time.
Yeah, so is it muted right now? It should be muted. Make sure you
hear, there's a delay. I can now hear what I just said.
So make sure you mute it. Mute it on Twitch for now, Russ.
Okay. Cool.
So you're gonna mute that. All right. So basically, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna when I start playing the beats, I'm gonna basically mute you, Russ, like from my end. So we're not gonna be able to hear you. We're not gonna be able to hear you while we play the beats. So that at that point you could unmute Twitch. It's going to be a little delay, but you can unmute Twitch, and then you're going to be able to hear both beats. And then after both beats are finished, I'm going to unmute you, and then you know, basically you're just going to like choose the one that you like the most. It's just going to be one beat each, and then we'll tally up the votes. Me, you, and my assistant Lyric, who's in here with us, and that'll be it. So real quick.
All right. So basically, so when the beats play, I'll unmute the Twitch on my computer.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and I'll give you a heads up with it too. And I could just mute you from here, so you don't have to worry about fucking with your phone or anything. All right, cool. All right. So listen up, guys. Master of Coins beat battle. The winner of today receives 50,000 black coins. Russ, you know I got my own currency here, right?
What put me on? I'm so confused about the last sentence I just heard.
Yeah, I have a currency here called black coins, and basically, like when you watch my channel, you can earn coins and spend them on like drum kits and stuff like that. So basically, the winner of today's contest is going to receive 50,000 black coins that they can use in Twitch. Fire. Yeah. So the stakes are high, and you got Russ here. So Russ's ear, I'm assuming, is going to be very critical. Lyric's ear is going to be very critical. So no games today. No games. High stakes. All right. Yeah. So our opponents' names, our first producer is named Young Forever. And Young Forever will be battling Intellect, one beat each. So, Lyric, you sent the beats to me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so good luck to both of you. There can only be one winner.
Let's go. This is turn.
Let's do this.
This
all right.
Is hard.
So, one beat each. May the best man and woman win. And good luck to you both. So, let me load this up.
This is hard.
Yeah, this is going to be fire, bro. This is going to be a good battle too, because both of these producers have fire. So we're about to see. Okay, so all right. So first up, because you are the returning champion, our first, the first beat is gonna be by Young Forever. So good luck to both of you. Young Forever, you go first. Russ, you can unmute Twitch now. Okay. Okay, Young Forever. Young Forever. Wow. All right, we're not gonna talk to the judges yet. We're gonna play the other beat and then we're gonna deliberate. So we're just gonna jump right in. Intellect, you're up next. Let's go, Intellect. Good luck. All right. That was intellect. All right, so. All right. Two very, very, very different beats. Two very, very different beats. I'm going to go ahead and unmute Russ, and we got Lyric here, but I wanna talk to Russ first. Russ, you can go ahead and mute Twitch for me if you haven't done that already. Hold on, Russ, I can't hear you. Hold on. There we go.
Good?
Yeah, we good. All right. Comments, comments.
The first beat I felt like it was a troll. It was like 20 beats in one, and it was like chaos.
It was chaos.
I didn't understand that at all. I was so confused the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, is he playing 8 different beats?
Yeah.
Or is, I don't know, that, especially after we just got done saying busy shit.
Yeah.
That was about the busiest beat
That was
the
antithesis of a beat that's too busy. But it's crazy. It bugged me out because like Young Forever battled on Monday and he had some fire. So I don't know. I think it definitely wasn't a troll. I think he definitely tried to do something left field, and I don't know.
But it was like 8 beats in one.
Yeah.
And it was like and it was just, and all of a sudden it was like, I don't know what the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what was happening. I didn't know what was happening. Then the second beat was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. It was definitely more like digestible.
Yeah.
I think off of those 2 beats right there, I mean, I think Intellect was the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely won that for
Yeah.
sure. Because at least it was like audible and digestible. You know?
Right.
It was simple. It was a little. It was, but I'll say this about the Intellect beat. It was simple. It was basic, very minimal. But once again, I understand beats like those because you put an artist on there who does melodies, and they can make that beat be something crazy. So it's Intellect for sure though. The first one, I don't know what the fuck was happening.
There it is. Intellect. You got the vote number 1. All right, Lyric. Let me move down to Lyric. Lyric Lesson, my moderator. What's up, my G? What are your thoughts, comments, and who are you voting for?
Yeah, I'm not gonna even hold you up. Like the first one, I like Flying Lotus. I like tracks that sound wild, and that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But that one literally sounded like what anxiety feels like. You know what I mean? There was, it was like, when you in life and you driving in the front seat, and that's what it's like. But you was in the back seat on that track, and you just going wherever it took you. Like that was wild. I ain't never experienced anything like that in my life.
Yeah,
it was almost like a bad acid trip.
Yeah, it was an acid trip.
Like you ain't control none of that.
Yeah. It was that shit was so crazy that I forgot I was Filipino.
You fired for that.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
But like the interesting thing about Young Forever's beat though was like there was definitely energy. I think where Young Forever the misstep for Young Forever was that, like, if you're gonna have 5 different change-ups or 8 different change-ups, at least have something in there that makes it all make sense together. Like, it really...
it wasn't cohesive.
It wasn't cohesive.
Yeah.
So that was my issue.
I never forget that beat in my life, and I don't think I can ever make anything like that. Like, if I try it.
No.
It's definitely not possible.
I would pay a questionable amount of money to see the process of making that.
Facts. But yeah. So again, I mean, look, it's a beat battle, so I understand why Young Forever would submit a beat like that, and then also on the flip side, Intellect, yours was more of like a placement beat, but like really well structured. You know what I'm saying? So, Lyric, what do you think, man? Like, who do you think this should go to?
I'm gonna get it to the homegirl Intellect.
All right, Intellect, you got my vote too. So congratulations to Intellect. Clap it up, man. Throw some bombs, throw some cheers, throw some emotes, all that shit. Congrats to Intellect. You are today's. Let me write this shit in here. You are today's Master of Coins beat battle winner. All right, 50 racks, 50,000 black coins. Right, Lyric? Wow. Did I say 50? 50,000 for Intellect. You are today's winner. You will go on to battle on Friday. You know what I'm saying? A new opponent. So congrats, Intellect. You got to bring some fire on Friday because there's about to be some competition. So, Russ, thank you, bro. Thank you so much, bro.
I feel bad for the Young Forever kid because I'm sure there's got to be other beats, but like I've only ever heard that one beat from that, and yeah, that was just, it was nuts.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I mean, look, I understand why he did it that way and why he did that.
I don't understand at all. You understand why?
I think my thing I think is that he may have thought that submitting a beat with a million change-ups might get him a win over something that's kind of regular, like what Intellect played, but it was a misfire. Like, it just wasn't good, you know? So,
yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. Lyric, thank you so much for joining.
Wow. Appreciate y'all.
Russ, I appreciate you, bro. I know you got to go, so thank you for judging and, you know, kicking it with us and dropping gems, man. Anything you want to leave your fans off of or any pieces of advice you want to leave them with?
Man, we said a lot. I'll say to the two producers, Intellect and Young Forever, just keep making beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, because honestly, what's crazy about this is that my opinion doesn't matter. Illmind's opinion does not matter. The Lyric's opinion doesn't matter. No one's opinion matters except your own. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have this part in my book where I say, you know, to be honest, looking back when I was 15 making beats, 14 making beats, looking back, they were fucking terrible. And I'm like, and I say in the book, looking back, if that 15-year-old kid would have walked up to the 27-year-old me now, played me his beats, in my head I would have been like, this is so bad, and I don't even see how this is gonna work. I feel like there's no potential here. That's what I would have thought listening back to old beats of mine at like 14. However, the reality is 14-year-old me wouldn't have ever fucking asked 27-year-old me's opinion.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's the key. So honestly, whatever I feel about your beat, y'all shitting.
Damn, my shit froze.
I'm leaving on.
My shit froze. Can you guys hear me? Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, that was pure facts, bro. And like, can you imagine if you listened to 27-year-old you back then? You probably wouldn't be where you are today.
Yeah, it's the mindset of even thinking that someone else's opinion is fucking valuable.
Yep.
It's like,
exactly.
Fuck that.
Exactly. All right, Russ. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Shout to all of the fans in here. You know, sorry we crashed, but
appreciate y'all.
Stick around, and Russ, I'll hit you, bro. I got more shit to send you too, by the way.
Yeah, bro, real baseline. Send me it.
I got you with the baselines.
All
right, my G.
Appreciate you, bro.
Peace. Later, Lyric. All right, good shit today.